Go ahead.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Not a Trekkie, an all Star Wars Everything podcast brought to you by Red Cyclone Inc. I am your host, Tenacious T. My co host for the Not a Trekkie podcast, The Merc with the Mic.
What is going on? What is going on?
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back.
Back with some lightsabers and Star Wars talk.
Yeah, well, if I fall asleep during the process of this cast, you'll you'll know why.
Yeah.
But today's episode is Clone Wars the movie.
Yes. I
I don't
forgot
I
they
don't I
had
like
this.
in my head like I feel like there should be some type of spectacular music in the background when I say that, but it's just like no.
It's
No. It's like no. And it's not even like the movie's fault, you know? Like
Nah.
it's really not. Um yeah, I'll just go off by saying straight
So
from the beginning.
I remember. So this is a little brief introduction to what the Clone Wars series was. So I remember them having an animated show first, and those were like 10-minute like little
Shorts.
episodes that ran for like a month on the Cartoon Network, and that was the original the start of Clone Wars, and then they made it into the CGI animation, and that's when they actually started making it like a full length TV show and stuff like that, and that's where they changed, and they also made a
We're
movie
gonna have
off
to
of it.
watch those. We're gonna have to watch those.
Yeah, they have them. It's like 3 seasons. They're about an hour long each. Just the fact that the seasons were like the episodes were like 10 minutes long.
Okay.
So we could watch that. That's something that we could watch once we're done with Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
The
Well,
only,
you know, we have a lot of Clone Wars to go,
yeah,
so and we have a lot of time in our hands, so
yeah,
get ready for that ride because I'm really not sure how I'm feeling about it
yeah,
right now at the moment. I know it needs to be done, and you know I'm not bewildered by it. You know
yeah,
I'm interested to see where the show goes because like I hear good things about the show. A lot of people like fan favorite wise, like a lot of people enjoyed the animated shows.
yeah.
You know this and Rebels
Yeah.
and
They get a lot. They get a lot of good feedback. They have a lot of good writers on it and stuff like that.
you know, I know Rebels had like Freddie Prince Jr. in it, and, like
Yeah,
a couple other people and stuff. But you know, like for its time, you know, we are coming off of the hump of well, the tail of the prequels. The
yeah,
prequels just came out at that time, so we just got a big dose of Star Wars. You know what I mean?
yeah,
At this time, I'm not paying attention to it. I don't care what's going
yeah.
on. You know what I mean? So
Um, just give me one. I want to send it to you so you can just have a look at it.
yeah,
So what it was they have it in it's called Star Wars Vintage, and is in that section. So it was called Clone Wars 2D Micro Series, and it was so they have it in two episodes, right? And each episode is about an hour and 9 minutes because each episode of the series was about 10 minutes long. So they just combined all of them together and made it into 2 episodes.
okay, so it's like 90. How many episodes it was? Like you said nine.
Yeah, there were like 9 or 10.
So it's like
Yeah,
90. So it's like 90 minutes.
yeah, and then they're like they aired like randomly in between cartoons and shit like that, and it was a 10 minute episode. This is where they started, and then it got the basis of the show. I don't think
Yeah.
the cartoon like it continues over to the CGI. I think they changed the story a little bit when they went to the CGI, so we could watch it. That's be something separate from it, but yeah, there's only 2 episodes, so that's something we could do down the road.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we gotta keep going. With all the announcements and all the shows being made, we are not lacking any type of
Oh yeah, we
any
got some good
watching.
stuff.
We got watching, we got reading, we got a
Yeah.
million things we can do. So,
So
not a Trekkie podcast shall be
yeah,
continued.
so we're doing this movie first, and then we're gonna go to Book of Boba Fett. That'll be the next episode, and then we should do Visionaries because we haven't watched that one yet either.
Yeah, I think it's Visions.
Visions, yeah, Star Wars
Yeah,
Visions.
Visions.
There we go.
I was actually just before we started this, I was looking up all the TV shows of what Star Wars
Yeah,
came out with, and they got a lot of Lego shows. and stuff like that. Which I don't know.
I won't mind
what they.
I won't mind the
I
Lego
would I
shows.
wouldn't mind watching any of
They're
the
silly.
Lego movies.
They're silly.
I would
Yeah.
I would restart everything on the Legos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I definitely would, because uh, the few Lego movies that I've watched, they were genius. You know what I mean?
I personally love the games. Like I will say, the Lego games, the Star Wars games are some of my favorites. And there's actually one coming out this year. It's the full complete saga. So basically, it has all of Skywalker saga in it. That comes out later this year, and Legos do a good job, because what they do is they actually tell you the full story, but they have their comedy and their craziness in it too. So you get a good laugh here and there.
The Lego world, you know what I mean?
The
only Lego stuff that I have ever seen, I've never played any of the games, but I only seen like the Lego Movie and Lego Batman. Those are the only ones that I've seen so far.
Yeah, they have the same silliness to it. Yeah, it's kind of
a very adult humor.
Yeah, yeah. It's catered for kids, but it has its his little adult side stuff to it.
Yeah, little innuendos and stuff.
There was something I actually want to bring up, if you actually watch it, just because I have watched it and I thought it was a really good little documentary they did before Book of Boba Fett started. It was called Under the Helmet: The Legacy of Boba Fett. Did you watch that?
I did not. I actually was just on Disney Plus and I saw that there.
You should check it out. I think you'll like it. It's only 22 minutes. It gives you kind of like a rundown, the history of Boba Fett, and it's actually a really good watch for 22 minutes. They give you a lot of info.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
I love the Star Wars documentaries, like the one that I Am Your Father.
Yeah, that was cool.
Did you see that?
I've
one
seen that
was
one.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that one came out like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
But 5 years ago or so, something like that. But it was really intriguing. I was sucked into it. You know, it was about the guy who in the suit of Darth Vader, and basically how he got blackballed and stuff like that, and you know what I mean, and never even got a chance to shine, and basically almost collapsed the entire franchise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a good watch. Anybody listening right now, you want to watch a documentary on Star Wars, watch that, because that was crazy.
Yeah. There you go. There's a lot of stuff coming out. I just got the confirmation for the Razorback. I'm going to line up probably selling it, but I'm actually very interested in what it looks like.
I got one of the model ones that you make.
Yeah.
They sell them at Target and stuff like that for like $30. Nice. I opened it up and it was about to start, and then it was just like, I don't know, it was a little overwhelming for me. I'm not gonna lie. but all those figures, like they got the Mandalorian figure, they got a Boba Fett figure. If you're into models and stuff like that, they're all Target exclusives. Go check them out. Sweet. So nice. I'm in Target every day, toy hunting. So.
And also we had a little news. Mary Elizabeth Winston, she joins the Star Wars universe in Ahsoka.
She was
and
I forget.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. She was Fiona.
I'm trying to. I know that one. But she was
Birds of Prey.
She was in like Live Free, Die Hard.
Yeah.
She was
in Birds of Prey.
Willis' daughter.
She was
in Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know who she is. She's talented.
Cool.
Cute.
So she joins the cast of Ahsoka.
I'm excited for Ahsoka, because now with us doing the Clone Wars, we get the entire backstory on her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I see Rosario Dawson, gorgeous, playing Ahsoka, and I'm like, now, like, I'm not really savvy with her. You know what I mean? Because all these shows, I know of her and I know of her kind.
Yeah.
But like I never knew like her lineage and like where she came from and stuff like that. So that's why, like, I'm intrigued by this, because it's a lot of storytelling that was not portrayed in the movies, and it takes place in between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
Yep.
So I'm excited. My only problem is it's the CG. I'm not an animated person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't sit down and watch cartoons. I know this ain't a cartoon, but it looks just like a video game. It looks like video game footage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's only so much my attention span can go with that. Like, it was extremely hard to get through this one movie.
Yeah.
I literally, if I needed to go to sleep, I would put the movie on. I swear to you. I was
Yeah,
just laying here and I started it from where I last left off, which was like 34 minutes.
yeah,
And I had to stop, rewind literally like 20 something times.
yeah,
I was just so preoccupied with other things. Like it just did not grasp my attention. And I feel bad saying that because the movie, well, this is kind of, it's really kind of not like a movie. It's kind of like, it is a movie, but it's not.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like the prequel to the show.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like to give you like a quick rundown. So like,
So
I don't know.
I'll
I
give you a
really
little.
hope the show. I really hope the show with just doing it by episodes will
Yeah.
make it a lot easier.
All right. So I'll give you a little synopsis of when it came out and everything like that. So this movie came out 2008. It was actually in theaters. Um, I was actually
Which is that's.
yeah.
I'm
I mean,
surprised to hear that.
yeah, it was in the movie theaters for it was
I'm
a short
surprised it
run.
didn't come out on Laserdisc.
Laserdisc. It's way beyond that. But yeah, this
Yeah, I
movie.
know, but I have Phantom Menace on Laserdisc. That's the only reason why I said that. I'm actually looking at it right
Yeah.
now.
All right. So the Star Wars Clone Wars the movie came out 2008. It's rated PG. It's about an hour and 38 minutes long. The budget was like $8 million. So it had a small budget. It wasn't that huge for
I mean,
animated movie
yeah.
too. That's actually not.
Well,
That's actually
but it's
not
not really
so
an
big.
animated movie. It's a computer generated movie.
Yeah, it's still considered computer animated. So
Well, yeah, but
it
I don't know.
like if they were.
Pixar like style stuff doesn't come off as like cartoony.
It
It
is.
comes off as like
hundred
video
percent.
games.
It will be like if it goes into the Oscar, if it goes into the awards, it will be under the animated.
Well, yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
I mean, it needs its own category though.
yeah. It grossed $68 million, so it didn't do that well in theaters. It did okay in theaters. It wasn't like the normal Star Wars money that it will make.
I don't think adults of past times were rushing to go see this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like grandfathers who've seen it back in '77 weren't like, "Oh, I gotta go see that."
I
They
was.
probably thought of it as like a knockoff movie. Like,
I will say this straight up. I do not remember when this came out, and if it did, I had no clue.
yeah, I don't recall it. My brain was
Yeah.
elsewhere. I didn't even know that there was a movie. I knew that there was a show,
They
and
also
it was
made a
on
game.
Netflix.
They also had like a game. They also had a couple games, and they also had a Lego game based off this movie.
Yeah, no, I saw it on the list.
So
I just this never caught my radar, and I'm be honest, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm not upset that it didn't catch my radar.
Give it a couple of voice actors here. Matt Leonard, he talked Anakin Skywalker. Nikita Futterman, she talked Ahsoka. Tom Kane talked Yoda. Ashley Eskin, oh, that was the one that talks Ahsoka. Who she talked? Asajj? I don't know who that is, so we'll find out. Obi-Wan Kenobi is talked by James Arnold Taylor. D. Bradley Baker talks to Clone War Troopers, so he pretty much talked a bunch of them. And Counselor Palpatine was Ian Akababi.
I don't know any.
Yeah,
of these
they're all
people.
mainly voice actors. They were mostly named. I'm trying to find someone that you probably know. Oh, the guy that played. So the guy that talks Jabba the Hutt, he talked to Joker in the Batman the Batman cartoon.
Okay.
He was the one with the long dreads and shit.
Ian Abercrombie played Chancellor Palpatine. I know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Samuel L. Jackson made an appearance. Anthony Daniels made an appearance. Christopher Lee, who you can't mistake that man's voice. You know what I mean? Count Dooku.
Yes. So
You know what I mean?
we had some like, and then Anthony Daniels talks CTVPO again. So again, we got some returning people to lend their voice for the characters and stuff like that, and then we got a bunch of voice actors. Most of these people are just mainly for voice act, like they mostly done voice acting. So none really popular. Kevin Michael Richardson, that's the one I was saying. They talk Joker. He does a lot of shit. So
Yeah.
he even talked to Shredder and who was he? I think he was the Shredder in the 2012 series.
Okay.
So there you go. I'll just give you So the brief synopsis of this is after the Republic's victory on Anakin is and his new apprentice Ahsoka must rescue the kidnapped son of Jabba the Hutt. That's pretty much what this movie is
That's that's
We got a baby Jabba.
that was funny. That's basically it. Yeah, that is well. There's more to it than that,
But
but
that's like the main
that
plot.
that is what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Yes, his Jabba the Hutt, which I'm sitting here thinking, how the fuck did that thing have a fucking kid? You know what I mean? Like, I just wow.
Hey.
Like, obviously he's a gangster and he's a feared man, so he can probably get whatever he wants. But
And then
like, does like a slug thing come out of him? Like, I'm. It's weird. I don't want it to come off as as that guy, but like,
so
how does he do it? You know what I mean? Like, guy barely moves.
Maybe he
He
does it with his
is
tongue.
basically a giant fucking limp penis. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe with his tongue.
all right. Well, that's his tongue is probably the funniest thing about him.
Yeah. Yeah. So learning from it's kind of beginning in Book of Boba Fett. You do see Jabba have kids, so this is not the first time he has kids.
Well, he has a whole family line
Yeah.
that are all gangsters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like the Hutts. They called them the Hutts. So it's like he's not the only one, and they got to procreate somehow. Yeah, I just feel like that they probably reproduce asexually.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't want to know.
do slugs fuck? You know what I mean?
No,
I don't know how that works.
Google.
Google, do slugs fuck?
Like what? Why is that on your? I don't know. We had to find out. For
And
science.
next thing you know, Facebook is showing me ads on slugs and escargot meals and shit. Right?
Procreate.
I'm actually intrigued by that now.
The slugs procreate.
Slugs.
They do.
Reproduce. Both slugs insert their penises into each other's slug's genital. All right, that's all I need to know.
No, they sword
That's
fight.
it. All right,
That's good.
so they
Yep.
fuck. They
Yep.
fuck.
Yep.
They fuck. I wonder, where us being Homo sapiens, we understand and enjoy the pleasure of sex. I want to know if it's just. I'm digging too deep into this, but I want to know if there's any type of pleasure done, or they just doing it because their DNA and fucking everything tells them to fucking do it. You know what I mean?
Let's just say they do.
Yeah, they fuck. They fuck.
Yeah.
So Jabba the Hutt gets it in.
Yeah, and he had babies, and one
Yeah.
got kidnapped. And the plot of the movie is they saving that one hut.
Yeah, that's that. But as any classic movie of Star Wars, it always starts off with a dogfight and big scenes and stuff like that. And it's Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker. So as we know from Attack of the Clones and Phantom Menace, Anakin Skywalker is under the wing. He's the Padawan of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan, what he does is kind of like suckers Anakin into becoming, basically a mentor to a young Padawan, a young Jedi in training, which he kind of fooled them, stating that Yoda is sending one over for Obi-Wan to train for Obi-Wan to train because he was going to train somebody else. But in all reality, it was kind of like it was just a setup so that he would take the reins and become a Jedi. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And yeah, so that's where Ahsoka comes in, and he has a problem with her in the beginning, of course. You know what I mean? But she like quickly like proved it to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like literally right after that first scene, like she saved him.
Yeah.
From like I forget exactly what happened, and I just saw it too. That just shows you how uninterested I was in this damn thing. But yeah, she proved her she proved her worth and her strength, and he saw something in her. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So like that made her happy. And Yoda, Yoda is the master, so he knows what's right, and
Or
I feel
does
like
he?
they probably I'm thinking about it now. Yoda never wanted Anakin Skywalker to be a fucking Jedi.
Yeah.
Why would he appoint a Padawan to him when he already knows that he's emotional?
So I think it maybe is the fact that when he's training somebody, he may act a bit more mature when he needs to
Yeah,
teach someone
like
it.
he's responsible for them.
Yeah. So I think it's more to teach him to teach and then actually control his emotions while he's teaching.
Practice what he preaches.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? See, that makes sense, but at the same time, that's a risk. Because what if you're training Ahsoka for years, right?
I
And
think
then
Yoda knew
something.
already shit was gonna go down, so he's like, whatever.
At least we'll get one thing good out of this.
Yeah, it's like
You know what I mean?
something will happen.
See, Yoda, yeah. As much as Yoda's like all wisdom and all this, he's very fucking lazy.
He
You know
just
what I mean?
wings it.
He's like, I know what's gonna happen, but I'm just gonna let it happen. You know
Why
what I mean? I'm
not?
just gonna let it.
Make it
I know your
interesting.
son's gonna. I know when I'm gonna die. Your son's gonna talk me to death. You know what I mean? So I might as well get Ahsoka out of this because she's gonna be important after we're all dead. you know.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah. So we have now Jabba the Hutt. He's missing his kid.
Yeah.
So Jabba tells
It's like poop.
in order for safe passage around this way, because obviously Jabba the Hutt lives on Tatooine, so
Yeah.
Tatooine's important for either side of the war. That's what's going on right now. It's like they're basically pirates, so like it gives them safe passage to go through. So it's important for either side to try and get on the best graces of Jabba the Hutt. So he appoints the Jedi. He asks the Jedi to go get his son, and then that will be able to provide passage for them. So at the same time, you got the dark side of the Force trying to do the same thing, which we all know by now. It's not a spoiler that you know Palpatine's behind it all.
Yes.
So he's in the ear of Dooku, whatever the hell his name is, and Dooku, tries to stop them from doing it.
He tries to
And
frame them.
well, at first he
Yeah.
tries to get it themselves, and then he realizes they were already there.
Yeah. So he.
So he sends that mistress girl
Yeah.
after them.
And he
You know,
try-
this movie's very cut and dry. It's
Yeah.
very straight to the point.
Yeah, and they try to frame them. They show them like handling the baby when they were handling with care. Like, look. He snuffed him. Look at that shit.
See, he's sick and he's dying and he's dead. And now they're gonna come and kill you. So before they come and kill you, I'm gonna make it at a point to go and kill them before they come and kill you. And then we will go, and we will get the passage.
The
It will
little,
go. It won't go to the
the
Republic.
little hut looks like a turd with
It's
eyes.
so small.
Yeah,
It literally looks like
a
a
turd with
dried up
eyes.
raisin. It looked like a prune with eyes. He looked shitty.
Like a dried up white turd with eyes.
I enjoyed those scenes though, like going in and fighting and seeing the lightsaber. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Seeing it not in like a CG live action, but in a CG computer generated version,
you know what's
because it
crazy?
it actually
Because
filmed pretty well.
so you know what's crazy and it's funny is the fact that you always think about lightsabers and things like that. But if you go to the original movies, you didn't get a lot of lightsaber action. You got like maybe three main scenes. Other than
Yeah,
that,
it's
it
more of
wasn't.
like
Yeah,
dogfights.
as in when later on, even in the prequels, you got to see more of the lightsaber action because they kind of focus on that. So even in the
I
show, you get like the crazy action with the set lightsabers and shit.
Yeah, well, after seeing the progression of Star Wars and like the
Yeah,
iconic look and feel and fight with the lightsaber, it is it's the tool of the trade, it's the tool of the
yeah.
Jedi. the weapon of the Jedi. And I can understand in 1977 how there's more, because like I remember the scene when he's training inside the Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon. You know, I remember that, and I remember like a couple other parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
it
that's
wasn't.
about it.
Yeah, a few
Star
fighting scenes.
Wars, when you first, if you've never seen it and you're a kid or you're an adult, you would think of like spaceships flying. So I can understand why there's more dogfights in Star Wars, and I can understand why every single one usually starts off with a dogfight, because you want to see battles in the stars. You
Yeah.
know, but yeah.
So
Ah,
they got the bunch
like,
of clones. They
yeah, I
all
was, I was, I
in
was
Boba
happy to
Fett.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool to see them all hanging out without their helmets on, looking like him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Looking like fucking Jango Fett.
Yep. And Boba. They're all the same man.
Well, yeah, it's all Jango Fett.
Yep.
Boba Fett looks like, but they all have the same voice. It's
Yeah.
it's hilarious. And then it takes me back to Mandalorian, the end of Mandalorian season 2,
Yeah.
when the other Mandalorians hear him.
Yeah.
And like, I've heard this voice many times, and it's like, be careful, because this might be the last one you hear.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It gave more of a, you know, personal look in like the stormtroopers, because
Yeah.
they weren't programmed to be evil at the time.
Yeah. They were.
They had to wait till Revenge of the Sith for that code, for that secret word to go out for them to, start attacking and basically
Yep.
become the soldiers of the Empire.
It was order 80. What was it? Order
83, I think. Maybe,
87, I
something
think.
like that. 87.
And it was a kill the Jedi kind of shit.
Yeah, because they tried
Kill
to
the
disrupt the
Jedi,
order.
la, la,
Kill.
la.
Yeah, A Nightmare Before Christmas Star Wars would actually be pretty good.
That'd be cool.
It'd be like, do Nightmare Before Christmas with Star Wars characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they, man, it's like, what is to say? Like, it's they end up basically getting framed for
Kidnapping.
Jabba the Hutt's son disappearance, and then we get to see Senator Amidala,
Yes.
which I thought was awesome, because she looked exactly like Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
They did such a good job, and they gave her a little bigger butt too, so I was actually happy about that.
There you go.
I had the biggest crush on her, and you can check on every single podcast that we've done on the prequels. I love Natalie Portman to death.
Yeah.
But she goes, and which is leads up to like a scene which is really interesting to me, is she goes and meets up with Jabba the Hutt's uncle,
Yeah.
Zero, and who speaks perfect English.
Yeah. He was the educated one.
It just doesn't make any sense. But didn't he come off? I thought he was a female for most of the time,
Yeah.
and like, I guess he was like a metrosexual slug.
Maybe.
I don't know.
He had.
And then
he had world experiences.
he's been around the block a few
Yeah.
times. But yeah, the lack of excitement. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just cut and dry. It's really just verbatim what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go, and Dooku tries to stop them and kill them, and they're trying to rush the baby so that they can get the passage, and Ahsoka has a couple cool battle scenes, and
Yes, she does.
yeah, like
This chick
right,
is
right
cool
outside.
too. The ball chick.
Yeah, the mistress
Yeah, she was
started
pretty-
with a V.
Yeah, she was pretty badass. I like her.
She reminded me of the girl that was in Mandalorian season 2 that went up against Ahsoka.
Oh, okay.
She kind of reminded me of her, but I know it's not her.
Yeah, it's not
because
her.
she has a bigger role later in the show.
Yeah, she does. I'm like this movie. I'll say for the beginning of it, I think the reason why they made like this is connected to the movie is because it's kind of the beginning of the apprentice stuff with Skywalker and Ahsoka. I think that was the reason why we had to watch this, because this is the beginning of their relationship and this is the beginning of it. Because when we get into the show, it's about maybe a year. It's probably like half a year in, so that she's been training for a while, and they have more of a dynamic with that.
Yeah, her name is Asajj Ventress.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yeah, she and I'm looking at her picture. She kind of looks like her. Like
Yeah,
they made her, look just with a bald head and look blue. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So but she was cool. Like the battle scene with her and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
yeah.
I think Obi-Wan Kenobi was probably my least favorite part of
He
the
was just
whole
there.
movie.
He was there
But
late
didn't he
all the
seem
time.
very robotic?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like the way he talked like a distinguished gentleman from England. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, I don't have time for this.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I am a master Jedi, and you will fall to my lightsaber. Like that's how he spoke, and it drove me crazy. It drove me crazy. I'm like I hate your beard that looks like a broom.
It looks like it just comes right off.
Like I can understand why the main actors didn't want to do
Yeah,
this. You know what I mean? But I think my favorite part. Um, so basically, they're trying to get um, you know, uh, Jabba the Hutt's son there. So Anakin does like the opie dope, and then has Ahsoka go to Tatooine and try to bring the baby to Jabba, and then Anakin he tries to get there before while she's there, just in case like everything went out well, and he goes in realizing that she never even made it there,
yeah,
so he's basically cornered. But I there was this one scene with Ahsoka that I thought was hilarious. Was like she was being pressed by that robot dude,
yeah.
and she was like, "You need to watch your mouth. I am a Jedi Master," which to me was funny because she was like a self-proclaimed Jedi
Just
Master,
like his
kind of like
son.
what Luke Skywalker did
Yeah,
in the same place. I thought that was a good little nod, a little hint
yeah.
to
That's
to
cool.
it, but and yeah, so Jabba the Hutt was going to kill them, and then Amidala got the upper hand due to the help of C-3PO, might I add,
Yeah,
and also R2-D2 was in the movie as well.
yeah,
Um, and transmitted the thing because he ended up we found out that he had everything to do with the kidnapping
yeah,
because they wanted Dooku to get rid of Jabba the Hutt so Zero could be like the head honcho.
yeah,
So basically, there's like a rift in the family which Jabba the Hutt didn't know about, trying to get killed by his own uncle,
yeah.
and Dooku was offering money and like so Amidala ruined that one as they were about to get. Actually, I don't even think they were about to get killed. I think Ahsoka and Anakin would have murdered everybody in that place.
Yeah.
We already know that Anakin knows how to kill people.
Yeah.
He killed an entire tribe of people, kids, women,
Bunch of kids.
and this is after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't think he would have a problem murdering with brute force the entire place.
Yeah.
But
I liked the Count Dooku Anakin fight. I thought that was actually
no,
cool.
that was cool.
Um.
The fight scenes were dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that was probably the highlight of the show. Was the action scenes, the dog fights. It was just very detailed and fun to watch. Again, parts of the story were kind of dry, but you kind of see where it was going.
I feel like it's just a prelude. It's just an introduction to what we're about to do. So like I feel like they didn't want to make it as suspenseful. Just make it like just a quick story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to show everybody what's to come, like CG wise, get everybody excited. Oh, wait till the show is out now. Like my whole time thinking about this, I thought it was a Netflix show.
Yeah.
Like what the hell was it aired on? Where was it on?
So this came out in theaters, but the show Clone Wars was on Cartoon Network.
Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't know
it
that.
was exclusively on Cartoon Network, and I think it went on XD, the Disney XD once Star Wars was bought out. So this started before the Disney buyout.
Well, they got a lot of Lego Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, they even have
I'm
holiday
looking at it right now.
specials.
They even got an Ewok show from 1985 to
Oh
87. It's
god, those are
26
terrible.
episodes. We got to watch them.
Oh, those are bad.
The Star Wars droids and stuff.
Oh, those are
85 to
bad
86
too.
for. Yeah, but yeah, I just think that it would be cool to watch
Yeah,
them. They even
yeah,
got like a terrifying tales of Star
yeah,
Wars. It's actually pretty cool.
yeah. They try to milk it a
But
little bit.
but
They didn't catch on.
but I really don't know what else to say about the movie. I really don't.
Yeah,
It literally took me like a month to watch.
yeah.
I couldn't get past 34 minutes.
Yeah, it's hard to watch. Like I actually, so I watched it and trying to get my mind to remember stuff. I've been having it on, just playing in mute. So I'm letting the movie fly by while it's going on. So that's the reason why I'm like, oh shit, this happened. I remember this. Okay, and that's how I like it, just to give me remembrance of everything. And then you're talking about the Jabba the Hutt, the other one with the purple ish and had like a bunch of flowers on his head and stuff like that. That's the
They
one
had
that
a
set up.
live action Ewoks movie,
Yeah, they did.
1985.
Fuck the
Oh man, yo, we,
Ewoks.
we got plenty of things to watch over
Yeah,
here, man. I'm actually excited for. I'm more excited for other things than I'm excited than for Clone Wars.
yeah,
I'm just the only thing I'm looking forward to is just finding out more about Ahsoka. Just
yeah.
so like when people talk about her, I know what the fuck they're talking about.
One thing I hear about the shows is the fact that the stories are very good. So basically, like the storylines that they use, they even have a Darth Maul return and things like that. So these are the things
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, and these are the things I'm like looking to check out and actually learn through the shows and stuff like that. Because I heard a lot of good things about it. It wasn't always like a positive thing that I hear about it. I didn't hear good things about the movie, but I heard great things about the show.
All right, well, regardless, we're gonna have to go through it.
Yep, yep.
And what they're like 20 something minute episodes, or are they hours?
Yeah, they're about 20 minutes. They're like half
All right,
hour
good.
episodes. Yeah,
That's fine because that's doable. I don't have to sit there for an hour and like wonder what else is going on in the world while I'm watching it.
yeah.
So I
But
don't
yeah,
know, man. This was tough. It was tough to watch, but it's not as bad as I portray it to be. It's
yeah,
really not, but it was a real task. It was a real chore to get through it.
yeah.
And up to this moment, I don't recall something that I liked least than besides Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I
And I
was
think
not crazy about it. Honestly, if I went to the theaters to see this, I would have been disappointed. If this
I
was
would have
just
been like, I
made,
want my money back.
if this was made as like a TV movie and stuff, it'd be more accepting. But the fact that they try to charge you $16 to go see this in theaters, eh, it wasn't that kind of like that great of a movie to be $16 to go see in theaters. But I see the crowd
Definitely
that
not.
they're trying to connect to. I feel like it is getting the kids to come watch Star Wars and stuff like that.
I wouldn't even rent it from a video store.
I did rent it.
I didn't.
It was one of those free. Like, well, I was working in Blockbuster inside when it came out, so it's
Yeah,
one of the
well,
free
you
rentals.
probably should have looked at it like, oh shit, let me check this out.
Yeah, I usually grab like when I worked there, I used to grab all the new releases like the week before, so I could watch everything, so I could have something to say when people ask, "Hey, how's this movie?" And I was like, "Yeah, I haven't
Fucking
watched it."
sucked.
I try not to give the answer. I haven't watched it, so I usually try to watch everything.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I feel you.
Yeah.
Plus, what we've known, our opinion is sometimes like completely far left compared to everybody
Yeah.
else's. You know what I mean? And I really don't take, and not too many people on this planet, I take their opinions on shit
Yeah.
to heart. I'm like, shut up. Like if it's somebody that I don't trust, I'll be like, yo, listen, I'll watch it. I'll be the
Yeah.
judge of it.
No, I agree.
But if you, me and you got similar tastes, so it's
Yeah.
like, you tell me like, oh, it's worth a watch. Oh, okay, now I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah.
If my brother hits me up, like, yo, you got to watch this. I'm like, I'm intrigued by it because we got similar tastes. But,
Why Obi-Wan?
yeah.
One thing I noticed in this movie, Obi-Wan is always late. He's late to
Well,
everything.
it wasn't his story. You know what I mean?
He's just like, oh, I'm here.
Oh,
So
I'm here. I'm late. Oh, I'm someplace else. Oh, did you crash again?
yeah, he
It's
bitched
just
at Anakin a lot. That was the one thing that kind of got me annoyed. He just bitched at him all the
Anakin
time.
should have been bitching at him like
Yeah,
you stuck me with this girl. Now, I remember thinking about this the first time I started watching it,
yeah,
which was a while ago. But wasn't it a Jedi rule that you don't take on Jedi past a certain age?
yeah.
So was like Ahsoka raised as one of the younglings?
I think she was one of the last ones. Yes. Well, she was no. There were
Because
still
I didn't. I
younglings.
could.
There were still younglings because Anakin hasn't killed
Yeah,
them yet.
yeah. Yes, that was Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
But you're like, did she grow up there? Like now, like I hope the show speaks on that.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because right now I'm at a loss. I have no idea because that goes against everything Yoda talked about.
yeah,
So Yoda sent over Ahsoka to Anakin, and like she was already grown. She's a teenager at the time,
yeah.
or is she? I don't know. They never said how old she was. How old
Um.
is Anakin in this?
So Anakin had to be like at least 18.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah. So I
I
think
would
she
say I
was.
would say Obi-Wan is probably pushing 30.
Yeah, she was. She had to be like at least like 12 to 13 years old.
Because how old do you think Obi-Wan was when he died?
85. No. He was pushing a strong 36 years old.
I would assume he had to have been in his late 60s.
There was no
early 70s.
moisturizer in that damn planet. You know how fucked up your skin is gonna be? His ass was probably like 28 years old, and he looked like a fucking. He was 90.
All right,
Oh,
let's see. I'm googling. He was fit. All right, so according to the internet, Obi-Wan Kenobi was 57 years old when he died.
okay. Still looked like he aged really poorly.
Okay. How old is Ahsoka in Clone Wars? Ahsoka's 14 years old
Yeah, that was about.
when she starts the start of the Clone Wars, and she was about 16, 17 years old at the end of Clone Wars.
And then she already had a lightsaber, so she had to be already trained. So she probably was part of the younglings, definitely, because she had a lightsaber already.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
How old
Anakin's.
was Anakin? Anakin was 19 at the start of Clone Wars and 22 when it ended.
Yeah, 22 when he lost half his body.
When he was charcoal.
Yeah.
Which was still one of the greatest scenes ever, man. It really was. I give the effort of making the story of Darth Vader. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The effort. I just wish we had that in between.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it ended off with him going into the suit,
Yeah.
and then James Earl Jones' voice.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like
a distinguished gentleman afterwards.
You know what I mean? Like I want to see his progression into the dark side.
Yeah.
Which I'm still in my mind, I am still not I'm not a believer that the dark side's all that bad.
Yeah.
That's just
They have
me.
nice suits.
They have night suits. It's just
They have
their
better
tactics,
outfits.
their general's tactics
Yeah.
is what really made them kind of evil. But at the same time, and I said this on all of our casts, what side is right? I see, you know what I mean? Like, they basically are trying to do the same thing. Order sometimes does do good, but
Yeah.
like you can't control the whole galaxy. It's not like, all right, the order happens, you know what I mean? The Empire takes over, but like this planet 22 million light years away has to follow the order shit or they're gonna get in trouble. You know what I mean? It's like you can't keep track of that.
The fresh ones from long distance.
You know what I mean? Like what made the rebels, the Republic, so good? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Why? Because they were fighting for freedom. So what? So they could run amok? I don't know. Palpatine fucked everything up.
Yep.
He really, truly, truly did.
Yep.
But then again, that's what makes a great villain.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He is technically, I would say, the ultimate villain in all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Emperor Palpatine, he's been pulling the strings from literally episode 4 to, the Rise of Skywalker.
Just in episode 1.
Well, yeah, but
He hired Darth Maul.
But I'm going in sequence of when they came out, not
Yeah.
the lineage of the Order and stuff like that.
But
So.
he's been doing it since day 1.
And he
Fucking
was
everybody.
probably pulling the strings back when fucking Solo that time and all that. Which it would have to be because that was after. Yeah, I don't know. I'm answering my own questions.
So, if you had to give this movie a rating, 1 through 5, what you give this?
Close to a 3.
I give it a 2.8.
Close. Yeah, like I was. That's literally the number that I had in my head. That's why I said close to 3.
I'll give it a 2.
You know what I mean? I think what makes the movie bad is the CG,
Yeah.
the animatronics of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the fact that it took me so long to get through it.
Yeah.
So like it has like I have a personal vendetta against this movie.
I did like.
You know what I mean?
I did like the early established story with Ahsoka, calling it Ahsoka, and
Asuka's a wrestler.
Yeah, and Anakin, because I like to see the lighter side of Anakin because you know exactly where this is gonna go after this. So I kind of like to see the nicer side of him actually taking care of somebody and actually showing.
Hey man, we
interest.
might
like
see some real dark shit come out of this show.
So I'm actually
you know what I mean?
looking forward
Like
to it.
she might, him and her probably have a real bad falling out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we didn't see her ever even mentioned in Rise of Skywalker, and not Rise of Skywalker. I mean Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
So they could have. You know what I mean? Like he could have probably. I don't know. I don't want to project what I think because at the end of the day we're gonna see it. Yeah.
So our next cast will be on Book of Boba Fett because it should be done by then, and we should have it and be for next month.
Which I'm excited for. So. And
then we'll do Star Wars Clone Wars, the TV series.
And we'll go season to season by the month because it's seven seasons.
7 seasons,
and they're like
about 22 episodes each.
Yeah, 20 something. And I think it fluctuates in number. I'm not sure.
First 4 seasons is 22 episodes. The 5th season is 20. Then it goes to 13. Then it goes to 12.
Okay, so
I like that 12 one.
Yeah, so 22 episodes while doing all of our other casts.
Yeah. How's gonna happen?
If something comes out before we get done with it, we will take a break from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like
this
is our intro.
Yeah.
This is our intro for the first season, which will be aired in 2 casts from now.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna do a Book of Boba Fett.
Yes. So stay tuned. We'll be going through it, and also gives us time to start watching it and stuff like that too. So. Again, 22 episodes, and then we also watch a whole Ninja season, Power Ranger season. We got to do a Sentai season this year.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Episodes there.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's a lot of watching that we're doing over here. So bear with us, be patient. I'm doing a lot of moving in life right now, so I'm trying to get done with as much as I can. So we shall keep coming out with content.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, so the next cast will be Book of Boba Fett, and then we'll start the Clone Wars, and then we'll probably fit Visions somewhere in there as well. So
yeah, and then we'll toss in one of the Legos or something here and there just to spice things up.
All right. So this is our verdict of Star Wars Clone Wars, the movie.
I don't like it.
It was okay.
That's my verdict.
It's a good. You know what? For the catalyst of building the relationship of Anakin and Ahsoka, I think it did its job. I think it made me like those characters and see where they go from there. I like the
I'm
baby.
interested to see where Obi-Wan where he fits in with all this too.
He's just there to bitch.
Well, he was there in Revenge of the Sith too, and
I think
you
he's
know what I
just
mean.
there to
So
bitch and just tell Anakin what to do. And he's doing everything wrong. I think is Obi-Wan's constantly complaining is what led him to the dark side.
yeah, probably. It's like shut the fuck up. I killed those kids. I'll kill you, bitch.
I killed them thinking they were you.
I saw your bearded face on all those children.
Every single one.
The first one I saw that popped out with a whisker, he was done.
Yeah.
Kids didn't even go through puberty yet. He's picking them off.
I saw the braid you had. I killed them too.
Anybody does any type of braiding. There's no braiding for now on in the Jedi Order.
Oh God, we got what was it? What was the robot, the asthmatic robot's name?
Oh, you talk about
General Grievous.
Yeah, I loved Grievous, man. I missed him.
The asthmatic robot.
It's hilarious. It really as he's coughing.
Yeah, exactly right.
Well, we are just coming off of the effects of having COVID, so
yeah.
it finally crept up and caught us, ladies and gentlemen.
At the same
Finally
time
crept up and
too.
caught
We
us.
got it like within the same week of each other.
Yeah, because there's a lot of dirty motherfuckers at work. That's why. I guarantee you, we got it from work.
Them dirty motherfuckers.
My last day there was New Year's Eve, bro.
Yeah.
And where were we on New Year's Eve? Drinking beers at the fucking deli. So we probably did it to ourselves. It was that guy trying to sell his shit.
Yeah, probably was him.
Probably was.
Like, you didn't buy none? All right.
Like your pins, bro. Like, no, leave me alone.
I'll say, if you're big Star Wars, you're interested in the figures, check out Hasbro Pulse. They just released a bunch of the Book of Boba Fett stuff for the black line and the miniature lines, the classic lines. So check those out if you're interested in. I
wouldn't mind a NECA line of these.
Hasbro will not do that.
I understand,
Yeah.
but you know,
That would be cool though.
I just NECA makes
Like the
beautiful
high
fucking
end
toys.
style. But I think
Affordable high end.
Yeah.
Affordable high end.
But I think Hasbro has a lockdown on their Star Wars figures. I think they do a great job in the detail of their figures. I've seen some of the stores that look pretty badass. It's just I don't want to go in that rabbit hole.
Man, I think Hasbro Pulse should give us like a rewards thing for everybody that we refer Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah,
so we
I
get
like some
free shit.
coupons. Give me some coupons.
Hasbro, sponsor us, please. We between you guys and Lagunitas, you guys are my
We'll
two
be
favorite
set.
fucking things. I got all the alcohol and all the toys I need.
Yeah, we reset.
What does a mid-30s male really need in life?
Just toys and alcohol.
Yeah, and sleep.
and the occasional sleep.
Yeah, then I'll just put on fucking Clone Wars and I'll be right out.
I actually like the Boba Fett figure. I was looking at that and I'm like, let me not.
Yeah, Hasbro's killing it though.
Yeah, they're killing it. But I was looking at some of the newer stuff. Like I saw the Lando Calrissian and shit. If I would collect for a series, it would just be for Mandalorian though.
Yeah.
I
I don't think I'll dive down into the Hasbro thing, but and I'm not gonna dive down into what I'm about to say, but one of the highly most profitable fucking thing in Star Wars is the Lego sets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Lego sets, man, I've seen some real intricate stuff. You know what I mean? Like you can make some real crazy scenes. Like I in the works with my boy Jeremy, who me and him will be starting our Popcorny podcast probably the beginning of April. Me and him plan on doing it. Me and him we have an idea of like I don't want to talk about it. I don't need anybody stealing my idea, but it's what Lego does is genius because you can do a lot of shit with the Legos.
There's Legos of everything.
Shouts out to my brother. He just got me the Batman 66 Lego helmet.
Oh, nice.
Can't wait to put that shit together.
Cool.
I actually have my brother found he was doing some house stuff where they had to like empty out like a foreclosed house or whatever, and got an X-wing.
Cool.
Yeah, Yeah, an X-wing Lego and put it together and gave it to me. So I'm looking at that right now. It actually is pretty cool.
Nice.
But that is a very costly habit.
Yes.
Legos. I don't understand why they are so fucking expensive, but they are.
Yeah.
I can understand like a Death Star or like a Millennium Falcon, but for like little racers with little ATs and RTs and shit like that, like
Yeah.
come on, they don't need to be $50-$60.
Yeah. They
And
go.
that's on the cheap side of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're talking like a Millennium Falcon is hundreds of dollars.
It's like about $400.
Yeah, and it takes you 5 months to put it together.
Yeah, it's like over like 10 like 15,000 pieces, and they all look
Oh
the same.
shit! I feel like it's gonna be like a puzzle piece when you fucking get to the
So,
end and you're missing like
think
three
about
pieces.
the Millennium Falcon and the color of it. So you're gonna have 15,000 of the same color pieces building that shit.
You know what? I think the fucking Death Star was originally a Lego
Yeah.
was a Lego model, and they missed that one Lego. So when they built the fucking ship, they had that shaft that ended up
Yeah.
blowing it up. I swear, it probably was a Lego set that they fucking modeled that shit from.
Oh man. All right. So we're gonna wrap this up. This is the Not a Trekkie podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. Our easiest way to listen to the Red Cycling Link is on Spotify. Red Cycling on Spotify. You get every single one of our casts, our past, our present. We have our weekly, The Wrestling Babble and Get Spread Our Spread podcast, and then we also got the monthly Game of Rage, Shell Shock, the Morphin Cast, and Not a Trekkie. So stay tuned. We do have a lot more coming, and then we also have a whole past of stuff to listen to. So definitely check all that stuff out. Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch, all Mark with the Mic. Follow Red Cycling Inc. on Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, WordPress, and SoundCloud, all Red Cycling Inc. And follow Tenacious T.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, Tenacious TRC Inc. Also, the look out for Popcorny Podcasts, which I will be debuting pretty soon with a friend. He's in the process of figuring out his podcast name, but the name shall be Popcorny. But this weekend we're supposed to get together and actually start an Instagram page for Popcorny, which is just going to showcase all like superhero stuff, comic book stuff, pop culture stuff. So look out for that. Always a shouts out to Game On, retro video game store based out on Long Island, in 3 separate locations now. One in Miller Place, one in Smithtown, and one in Patchogue, satisfying all your retro video game needs. And as of today, we have some news coming straight out of Game On. They opened up an arcade at the mall.
That looks dope. Yeah, I was looking at
it. It looks so cool. I watched him today with the live feed.
Nice.
This week. So what Tristan is doing, Tristan is the owner, very good friend of mine. This week and this week only, anybody in the Long Island area, go to this mall in Lake Grove, and everything in that building is free. Every arcade game is free. It is to promote families, to promote community. It's to promote us getting back in the mix of being with people in society. You know what I mean? It's a fun thing. You got friends, you got family. You want to go do something? Go to the arcade. Go to the Game On's arcade. I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna go when it's not free because I want to support it.
Yeah.
I can't support something if it's free, but I will be going to. We will be going, showing our faces up at Game On next month. Well, it's almost next
2
month.
months. Yeah.
Well, it's not a full 2 months. It's like a month and 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a month and a half. Not even month and a week.
Yeah.
And I will be there for my birthday. Come and hang out. Bring your kids. If you bring your child there, I will give that child $50 store credit. So. Also, always a shouts out to my boy Mike, a.k.a. Michael Wazowski. For without him, I would not have the fond love of Star Wars today. He is my my master Jedi, and I am his Padawan. And I will always show him love for that in
Nice.
every single cast. Also, a shouts out to my brother who has rode out with me time and time again, watching these movies over and over again throughout the years. So I appreciate him as well.
Yep. Yep. All right. To wrap this up. Peace out, laters, and always remember, I guess.
Yeah, fuck Zordon.
Fuck Zordon.
Yeah.
And Jabba's do fuck.
Yeah, well, I'm at the point where I know in the Clone Wars I'm going to be like, fuck Obi-Wan Kenobi too. So.
Yeah, fuck Obi-Wan. I didn't like him in this movie.
Yeah, fuck
Obi-Wan.
I don't fuck Obi-Wan Kenobi. He hasn't done shit.
Yeah.
If anything, it's all his fault.
Yeah. He drove Anakin to insane.
Or is it Quan's? Or is it Quan's fault?
Nah, Quan.
Training Obi-Wan.
Quan was just like, yo, shut up.
Yeah, he should have told him, know your role and shut your mouth.
You can't blame Quan Jinn. Quan Jinn just didn't care. He was like, fuck y'all, I'm dead.
It's the only movie where Liam Neeson dies.
Yeah.